Hello and welcome to another purveyor of light Capture One quick tip. Today we're going to cover the exciting topic of rating and culling your images. As we all know, it's a necessary evil in our world of digital photography. We take hundreds, sometimes thousands of photos, and we have the tedious task of going through all those photos and picking our best ones and deciding which ones we're going to edit and which ones we're not. So I'm going to show you through Capture One here, and the first thing I want to do is just, not to assume that anybody's a Capture One expert, because a lot of people are new users. So I'm just going to cover the basic interface here so that we all are on the same page. Okay, so on the top here we have what is called a toolbar. Okay, that's the toolbar, this strip across the top. On the left, we have the tool, panel. This is where your tools are. Then in the middle, we have the viewer. Okay, that's called the viewer panel. And then all the way to the right, we have what is called the browser. Okay, this is your browser of your pictures. Okay. Very important, because when we talk about things, it's best we're all on the same page. Now, the first thing about Capture One is it's so configurable that it really intimidates people, okay? Because I can turn around and turn things on, turn things off, move things around. I could put my browser in the bottom. I could put it on the left. I could put, we can really mess up with people's brains on it, okay? But the basic concept is, this is what we're looking at, is the stock Capture One interface, how it comes out of the box, okay? So, tools, okay? If I hit Command or Control T, it turns the toolbox off. Command or Control T, and the toolbox comes back on. If I hit G, okay, that's going to turn the viewer off, and hit G again, and the viewer comes back. The browser, okay, Command or Control B, turns off the browser. Command or Control B, turns the browser back on. Okay, so good handy keyboard shortcuts to remember working with the interface. And as you get accustomed to working with Capture One, this will all become second nature. Okay, so like any other program, Lightroom, whatever we use for pictures, we offer the basics of, over here on the left, you can see we have star ratings, 1 through 5 stars. We have color tagging, okay? We can color tag red, orange, green, blue, blah, 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 right? Nothing new here. Just about every product in the world offers these basic ratings. Okay. Now, products such as Lightroom, they'll offer you a few other things and a few differences, and same thing with if you're using Photo Mechanic or any other product. Okay. But the basic premise is the same. You look at a photo, you decide, do you want to rate it? Do you want to, edit it and so forth? And you use your own made rating system. It's what you prefer to use. I can't tell you. You will use the stars, and that's how you do it. It's up to you. It's what your choice is. Color codes. Some people like star ratings. Some like color codes. I, for one, I'm going to be honest with you, I hate star ratings, because I go, really, define to me what's the difference between a 2-star and a 3-star image. Or define to me what's a 4-star and a 3-star image. It's semantics that my brain doesn't need, right? Because basically, at the end of the day, what do I want to do? I want to check to make sure it's a good photo, that it's in focus, and then I just want to mark it so that I know this is one I want to edit. That's the end of the day, right? So I don't use star ratings at all in mine. If you like stars, nothing wrong with that. Okay? So down here, I have an image up, and you can see down the bottom, this one is rated green. If I wanted to put a star rating, I could use the key 1 to put 1 star, 2 to put 2 star, 3 to put 3 stars, 4 and 5, and I could also hit 0 to turn the star rating off. Okay? Now, for shortcuts, by default, Capture One's got some funky shortcuts for the color codings. It's for red, it's a dash, okay? So if I turn around and I come into this one and then I hit dash, you see it changed it to red, okay? Or I could just come down and click on this and change it to whatever color code I wish. So it's very easy. You can work any way you want. You can even turn around and do it through the menus, going through color tag and then selecting the color rating you wish to have for the photo. Okay. Now, if you want to dive a little deeper into Capture One and make it your own, and you want to customize your own shortcuts, you can go up to Edit and Keyboard Shortcuts here, and you can then come down through the adjustment layer, and you could see the color tags adjustments are here. There's your color tags, and you could put your own keyboard shortcuts for each color. Okay, so like I said, the basic ones, the red, yellow, and green, are shortcutted for you, minus so you can redefine them to however you want to work. Okay, so that's available to you. All right, so with that said, again, my premise is I want to go through my hundreds, thousands of images that I shot. I want to pick the keepers so that I know which ones I want to edit. And that's the whole purpose for me for culling. Okay, so I don't bother with star ratings at all. Like I said, I'll work with color coding, and then I use Capture One's folder structure. Okay, up here on the left in the session panel, by default, Capture One makes the capture folder, the selects folder, and the output folder, and the trash folder for every session. And the capture folder is where all your masters exist, and your selects are the ones that you want to edit, right? That's how I look at it. These are your selected photos that you want to edit. And then eventually, the edited photos will wind up in an output folder, okay? So that's how I like to work, okay? So I just basically want to go through my images, check for focus, and color code ones that I select that I want to edit. That's how I work. So basically, I'll just use a green color tag. It tells me, okay, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And then eventually, when I'm done with all that, I take the green tagged and I move them into my selects folder. And then from my selects folder, those are the ones that I actually edit. And that's my workflow, okay? Now, you can customize it however you wish. There's nothing wrong with being different, okay? You work how you're comfortable. I'm going to give you a couple tools here that make Capture One a little bit friendlier to use, a little more tools that are not necessarily ordered. One of those is in focus, right? Is this in focus? We spend more time looking at photos. So I'm going to come down here and I'll just take a photo here. And you go, are these photos here of this session, is she in focus? Where is my focus? Okay. Capture One has a nice tool to show us focus. All right. Now, you could come up and you can view, and then you can, select focus mask. Okay. Under view. And now you can see my pictures are color coding with green. Okay. And that's telling me where focus is. So I can quickly go through photos and I can see where the focus is. Okay, so I like this feature a lot. It's very unique to Capture One, and again, you can come up to View and then Focus Mask and turn it on and off. But I highly recommend you customize your Capture One so that you have quick access to this. So right on the toolbar up top, I want you to right click and hit Customize Toolbar. All right, and now for Customize Toolbar, right here is your Focus Mask. All right, so I just want you to take that and drag that up. And that's right there on the toolbar. And now we have quick access. So I can just click that and boom, I have my focus mask on and I have my focus mask off. Very, very handy. Okay. If you wish for any reason to customize this focus mask, maybe you don't like the green or maybe you don't like the sensitivity that it's set to, you can come up to Capture One and then go into Preferences. And then from Preferences, you can come up to Focus. And then you could change the threshold to restrict it more or to restrict it less, to how sensitive you want it to be. Okay? And you can also change the opacity on how much you can see through it, and as well as you can come in and change the color. Maybe you don't like the green displaying your focusing. You can change that all here. Okay? All right, so again, very customizable, but very good for your workflow. So when you're culling photos, hey, where's my focus? I want to just quickly see. Okay. Now, you'll notice that some of my images here, and this is deliberately by me, are not showing the mask. Okay? Not showing the mask at all. This is because Capture One will only display the focus masks on RAW files. Okay? So I deliberately threw in JPEGs into this session so that you could see the difference here. JPEGs, they're already baked with their settings. So Capture One will only show the focus mask on RAW files. So if you happen to be a JPEG shooter, then focus mask is not going to be a very good tool for you. Okay, so that's number one tool. The second thing is, you up here on the toolbar at the top, you have what's called a loop view. And loop view lets you quickly check focus on a particular part of the image. Like if I want to look at this image here and I say, is she in focus? How are the eyes? I can hit the loop view and I can come in and click and I can see, oh, yeah, focus on the left eye wasn't too good. How are we here? We're looking pretty good. And that's a great tool. Quick and easy. Now, you can come in and change the size of the loop view, make it larger, smaller. You can also increase the zoom on how much it zooms in when you look at the loop view. Very, very great tool for checking focus. Okay? You can come in and just click and drag and boom, you have the loop view. Now, another thing, okay, and this is a nice undocumented focus thing, is there's a shortcut key that will make your life so much better for going quickly. And that is when you want to check focus, okay, just simply hit the Alt and Option and the space bar anywhere on the image, okay? And it will do the thing and it will cover even my browser, my viewer will come up and do. So it's a great tool, okay? And you could do it anywhere, okay? So remember that for quick focus check, Alt or Option spacebar, okay? All right, so let's move on here. We've covered over that you can adjust. You've done the culling. You can check quick focus. You could use the focus mask for checking. And you can turn around and color code a number of ways through the menus or actually clicking on the photos or using shortcut keys. So now that's the basic premise. It's no different than any other photo editing software. So those are some of the nice things that you can do. Now, how do I use it? This is it here. I come up and first thing is I turn off the viewer. I don't need it. I'm working with the browser. So I'm going to turn off the thing by hitting G. That puts me all my picture browser here. Okay. And if I want to check focus, okay, I can quickly just what? Remember the space bar key? I can come in and check focus any way I want, anywhere, on anything. If I just want to quickly check a photo, I can do so. Okay? So once I have done my looking view and I'm going through them, if I need to get a closer look, I just simply turn around and double click on the photo and I can get a closer look on it. I can use the loop view, come in and do a look, make sure check for focus, and I can come in and keep checking for focus and going through my photos. As I do go through the photos, I'll wind up turning around and deciding, is this a photo I'm going to edit or is this a photo I'm not going to edit? Now, once I've made a decision that the photo is going to be edited, I am then going to color code it. Okay, so if I wanted to color code this this particular one green, okay, I'm going to hit the plus key, and now I put the plus key in there, and I have a green. I could have went down and done it, manually through here, but what I want to do is I'm using green as a flag. I want to edit this photo. That's all it means. So I hit the plus key and it's color coded green and I go through the images. If I go, I want to edit it, I put the plus key and I go through until I have all my images edited. Now, you'll notice here on the filter thing that I have 5 images already selected. I can then pre-select and filter that. These are the 5 images that I have selected to edit. Okay, so now what do we do? Okay, well now all we're going to do is we're going to transfer all the images over to our selects. Now, you could hit Command A and that will select all the green ones that we have filtered. And we could just simply turn around and go off the loop tool. Oop. Get off the loop tool and I could just simply tip and drag to the selects folder, okay, if I choose. And drop them in, okay? Or I could turn around and have a hotkey where I do, for example, let's come out of here, unfilter. And now we're going to filter for green. Okay. And then I can do up a select. I'm showing you the long way. I would normally just hit Command A. Select all these that are there. And then I would just simply hit Command J. And it says, what? You want to move? And yep. And those pictures now have been transferred over to the select folder. Okay. And you see those pictures right here. So those ones are now in the select folder, and I would edit those photos in the select folder. And then once I'm done editing those photos, the outputs would be moved to the output folder, and the process goes through. So that's the basic culling process. Okay, I know it's boring stuff, but it's a necessary thing that we have to do in the digital age because we take so many pictures. So hopefully I've given you a couple tools to appreciate it. Capture One. I happen to be a fan of the focus masking. I happen to be a big fan of the loop view. And I am a huge fan on keyboard shortcuts. So first thing I recommend you do is make Capture One your own. Make your own keyboard shortcuts. It can't get any easier than just coming up to edit and keyboard shortcuts. And you can come through and redefine anything or anything anyway. You can assign shortcuts for everything. And it's really going to make your process streamline. Okay? So, quick test. Okay? This middle here is called the viewer. How do I turn the viewer on or off? Okay, you've got 3 seconds. If you said G, you're correct. Turned off the viewer, G turns it back on. Okay? Turn the browser on or off. Command or Control B. Control or Command B brings the browser back. These keyboard shortcuts are your best friends. So take your time. As you work with it, it's going to become second nature. And you're going to become lightning fast on working with the product. All right, guys. I bored you enough. You guys have a great week. I'll talk to you later.